want to first say that it's not every day that you get to meet one of your heroes, much less share the stage with them, or even have the honor of introducing them like I have the honor of introducing Daryl McDaniels to you guys today. And so as an honor, I take that really as an honor. As a kid growing up in the 80s, kind of coming of age in the 80s, I'm not just doing this for me, but I'm doing this for all of my cousins in Illinois. I'm doing this for all of my friends in Illinois that on the block when we heard the music and we were inspired by this. It's interesting because every single generation questions the generation after them. And when I was a young person coming up, the generation before us questioned whether or not we had what it took if we were going to be successful. And a lot of people wrote us off, our generation. And the interesting thing about that is that while they wrote us off, there were some things that were beginning to happen. That same group of young people that they wrote off began to create a new art form. And that new art form kind of gave them the ability to express and to interpret their reality. And that was so exciting to me because I'll never forget as a 10-year-old boy, 1979, go back with me. It's 1979, I'm 10 years old. All of a sudden on the radio, you hear something that you've never heard before. And it sounded a little something like this. Hip, hop, hipper to the hip, hip, hop, you don't stop, rocking to the bang, bang, boogie, say up, jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. Now what you hear is not a test, I'm rocking to the beat. I said me, the group, and my friends are gonna try to move the feet. Now I am Wonder Mike, and I like to say hello to who? To the black, to the white, the red, and the brown, the purple, and yellow. But first I gotta bang, bang, the boogie to the boogie, they up, jump the boogie, to bang, bang, the boogie say rock. You don't stop. I got a rhythm that'll make your body rock. Now so far you heard my voice, but I brought two friends along. Now next on the mic is my man Hank. Come on, Senator, sing that song. I'm joking, all right. All right, young people, come closer. Bring your chairs. You can sit on the stairs. We definitely want you to hear what's about to happen right now. So definitely come on closer and things like that. And just like that, hip hop was introduced to America. And as this culture became something to our generation, DMC, Run DMC became the voice of that generation. I'll never forget one of the first words that I had the privilege of hearing him say. He said, I'm DMC, in the place to be. I go to St. John's University, and since kindergarten I acquired knowledge. And after 12th grade I went straight to college. Which shows that even back then in 1984 that he valued education. And he decided to share that value of education with a bunch of disenfranchised youth. See, it was very simple because our generation was looked at a lot like foster youth were looked at. We had a lot to face. We had poverty and we had racism and we had poor educational systems and we had a community that was riddled with drugs, and yet a voice kind of came out and began to show us that there was another way to go, that there was a brighter way to be. It was interesting too because when you begin to think about that time, this particular group crossed all types of cultural boundaries and all kinds of genres in music. And one of the things that I'll never forget, a lot of times we think that MTV started that rock the vote, kind of getting young people out to vote. But no, it was this group back in 1985, 86-ish, when they said, I'm the king of rock. There is none higher. Sucker MCs should call me sire. To burn my kingdom, you must choose fire. I won't stop rocking till I retire. Now we rock the party. We come correct. All cuts are on time and rhymes connect. We got the right to vote and we'll elect. Other rappers can't stand us, but give us respect. As Birdman would say, put some respect on that. And so this became the voice of our generation. The generation that a lot of people thought was lost. Generation that a lot of people thought there was no hope. They actually spoke to a generation about some very, very positive things. everything about how hard times is coming to your town. And they spoke a lot about those things. Now, the interesting thing for me is that as this group really began to kind of get big, that they never forgot where they came from. They never forgot who it was that they were passionate about. They never forgot about the community and the disenfranchised young people that they so loved and that they created this genre for and that they were speaking for. And so it's interesting that when you think about the achievements of this group, they were the first rap group to sell a platinum album, to have a platinum album sell over 1 million copies. And then after that, the very next album went multi-platinum. They were the first rap group to sell out stadium tours. I was 16 years old, a junior in high school, 1985. I'll never forget, I don't understand how, but me, my cousin, one of my best friends, EJ, somehow our parents let us drive to St. Louis, Missouri, from Illinois to attend my very first concert, and it was probably the best experience of my life. On the ticket was the Beastie Boys, LL Cool J, now I'm talking 1985, LL Cool J, Houdini, and Run DMC. Can you imagine? Nearly 4 hours of non-stop music. Now I know that's like the equivalent to like Future and trap music and stuff like that you guys have. But I'm telling you, this was classic. This was classic. And so not only were they the #1 selling rap group and the first one to go platinum, not only were they the first to sell out stadiums, not only were they the first to change musical genres or to, be a part of rock music with Aerosmith, and they told us to walk this way and to talk this way. But also they were the first rap group to have their video played on MTV. They were also the first rap group to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland, Ohio, 2009. So after becoming famous, because when you think about all of those achievements, that's not really what makes this man special. He's done all of that. Everything that your favorite rapper wants to do, he's done it. But that's not really what makes him special. What makes him special, to me, is that after becoming famous, he found his purpose. They say that there are only 2 important days in a person's life. That's the day that you are born and the day that you found out why you were born. And after he had become famous, he found out why he was born. And so being a part of our foster care family, found out that he was adopted, and later on decided that his purpose was to help young people thrive both in and outside of the foster care system by finding an organization called the Felix Organization that offers the Felix camps. And so I think it's very appropriate that the individual that gave a voice to a generation be our keynote speaker here today to give foster youth a voice about their experience and actually what they have. And so I think it's ideal that he's actually here today. One of my favorite quotes that I heard him say, he said that music has succeeded where politics and religion have failed. When I was looking at my time hop today, 2 years ago today, I tweeted that all great art not only challenges the status quo, but it destroys it. In 1985, he told us that DMC stands for Devastating Mic Control. But today, ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome one of the most prolific voices of our generation, Daryl DMC McDaniels.